for coming.
Hello, everybody. I am thrilled to moderate today's Superstar Q&A with our sensational touring artist of the year, singer-songwriter Olivia Rodrigo. Round of applause. So we obviously have a lot to get into. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So I want to start by talking about the fact that you said you made Guts with the live show in mind. So let us into that process a little bit, and how did the live show impact what we hear on the album?
Yeah, I had a really interesting career trajectory. I put out my first album, Sour, in the middle of lockdown, and it was more successful than I could have ever even imagined. And so all that happened, and I had never even played a show of my own before. So after going on that first Sour tour, I learned so much about touring, and I learned how fun playing these songs like Brutal and Good For You were on stage. And so kind of with that information in my back pocket, I went to make Guts, and I really wanted to make some songs that would be really fun to perform live with like driving bass and fun guitar and songs that you could just scream. So yeah, that was very informative for me.
I know another favorite part, one of your favorite songs to perform is All American Bitch.
Yeah.
What makes that moment so special for you in the show?
Yeah, I love that song. It's one of my, I'm quite proud of that song just on a songwriting level. And there's a part of the song where I make the whole audience scream and say, think of something that you hate or something that really ticks you off and just let it all out and scream. And I think that's so powerful. It's very cathartic. It kind of feels like sort of like a rage room or something. There's something so cool about being able to be in a room with thousands of people and to be anonymous and just, let all your emotions out. I just love that aspect of music. And so that was really fun to do every night.
Yes, I have heard many people describe that as cathartic for themselves as well, but I'm curious, with the tour being on a bit of a break, have you found an alternative release instead of screaming with your fans?
I've been listening to a lot of heavy emo music and stuff like that. I've been cranking that in my headphones, so that's about as close as I'll get to that these days, I guess.
One of my favorite things is your choreographer, Melissa. She said that you created a really trusting environment. So I'm curious, how do you accomplish that from day one of putting a touring team together?
Yeah, I was very lucky to be surrounded with both people who had been in the industry for 25 years and who had been on countless tours and had all this experience, and simultaneously there were so many people who that was their first tour and they had this kind of zest and enthusiasm, and so I think that paired together made a really beautiful, encouraging environment that was very calming in an environment that's very erratic sometimes. So I attribute that to why the tour was so fun for everyone involved.
Yeah, obviously, trust is the foundation of everything. I'm curious, what are the most important elements aside from that about any tour or live show that you put together? What do you need to have?
Just I guess songs that you're proud of. That sounds pretty obvious, but if I feel so proud of so many of my songs, and so getting to perform them every night is really fun for me. I think connecting with the audience and kind of bringing them into your world, and making it sort of interactive was something that I really wanted to achieve with this tour. And it kind of just behind the scenes, just having an environment that is trusting, like you said, and encouraging and safe. I think I always tried to prioritize that.
When you go to see live music, when you're not busy touring the world, are you able to enjoy it yourself as a fan, or is your creative mind sort of always thinking about your own show?
Oh my gosh, no, I love seeing shows these days. I'm like, I can go to a concert and I can scream and not have to worry about not having a voice the next day, and I can drink a beer, whoa, this is amazing. So I actually enjoy it 10 times more, yeah.
I know this is an impossible question, but who is your all-time favorite performer and why, if you had to pick?
Gosh, that's so hard. Beyonce is first that comes to mind. I don't know. I love Karen O. I think her performances are just so insane and out there and very inspiring. Yeah, so many people.
Yeah. Karen O, I definitely get that one coming through. Outside of some of the key visual elements that we've seen, there are a lot of other highlights of this show. So the tour marked the launch of your Fund for Good. Why is it so important to engage and activate your fans when they do come through to these shows?
Yeah, I knew that I wanted to give back as part of this tour, and I'm very aware that lots of young girls come to my shows, and women's issues have always been really important to me. So at the beginning of this tour, we started the Fund for Good, which is this global initiative that supports reproductive rights and victims of gender-based violence. And so yeah, it was really meaningful to me to get to kind of learn more about these organizations and support them, and I'm really excited to do more of it in the future.
Yeah, a round of applause for that. It's phenomenal. As if putting on a stellar show wasn't enough. You know, you really take it the extra mile. I am going to call out something that I think is phenomenal, but I'm curious first, in your own words, what have you seen as the most significant impact of the fund since you launched it?
Yeah, we donated a lot of money to the National Network of Abortion Funds, and it's like 100 or so abortion funds across America, and they work to support both logistically and financially women who are seeking abortions. Maybe, if they live in a state where that's not possible or if it's not financially feasible for them. And so, given the time, that was very meaningful.
Absolutely. Yes. Very impressive. Your tour promoter, Live Nation, said that the demand alone for these shows indicated you could have packed stadiums for this tour, especially coming from theaters on the last run. How does knowing that make you feel?
Yeah, that was so wild for me to hear, and also
Yeah.
to experience. Like in each of the cities that I would go to, sometimes I'd go and grab a coffee and I'd meet someone who's a fan, and they're like, "Oh, I really tried to get tickets, but I couldn't," and that was just so wild to me. And I wanted everyone to kind of get the chance to watch the show, and so that's why we did this Netflix film that came out a few weeks ago. So yeah, it's just wild to me. I actually can't wrap my head around that. It's quite crazy.
One of the things I love that you said in our Billboard cover story is that it could be cool to show your future kids what their mom was able to do at 21.
Aww.
Yeah, it's very sweet. When you think about your legacy, if you ever sit there and think about that, what exactly comes to mind for you?
Yeah, wow, deep question. I don't know. I hope I can just bring joy and connection to people. If I can write a song that inspires someone or makes them feel seen or connected to something, then I think that's a job well done in my book. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy to think that your tour will wrap in 2025. If you have had a moment to think about what you are most looking forward to doing after that, do you have a list in mind?
Man, I'm so excited to just rot on the couch and just watch TV all day and eat so much food. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.